Hello, this is Chris Hawk. This is my second year in the Masters of Public Health program. See a lot of familiar faces and names in this class, so I'm looking forward to working with everyone again. As many of you have probably heard before, my background in public health is I have 27 years in environmental health and safety. Currently working for an oncology research company. So we work on cancer treatments primarily in the area of immunotherapy. Interesting with this whole pandemic, we've done kind of a hard pivot to working on a vaccine for COVID-19 and two therapeutic treatments as well. So things have been a bit busy lately. But again, environmental health and safety, basically focusing on the protection of the workers from things like exposure to chemicals, biological materials, and a variety of other hazards, as well as environmental stewardship, hazardous waste management, managing air emissions, water effluents, things like that. In terms of what I'm looking to get out of this course, obviously with the whole COVID-19, the pandemic, that's been a big impact on everyone. Particularly my company. This is the first time I've been in a situation where we've had to manage something like this because we're technically an essential business and we're continuing to work, because we're working on a vaccine and we're working on therapeutic treatments. So we've had to kind of develop a pandemic planning program on the fly, more or less build the plane while we're flying it. So I'm hoping to learn a lot more about the history of global health security, pandemics, and the mechanisms that have been put in place to help manage these difficult problems because it's very applicable to my work at the time. So very excited about this class, for that as well as other reasons. Hobbies, things that are interesting. I've talked about some of my hobbies before, but this is one I've never mentioned before. I'm a bit of an amateur space enthusiast. I've always been fascinated with space travel, both human travel as well as robotic or remote exploration of the solar system. I had the opportunity to do some consulting work at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory for about 2 years. So I got to see the Curiosity rover being built prior to launch, which was really, really exciting and interesting. So that's always been an interest of mine. Later this month, they're going to do the first U.S. launch to the International Space Station since they retired the space shuttle. So I find that very interesting as well. And final question that I would ask my fellow students, how are you dealing with this pandemic, from your job perspective? Have you had to put special plans in place? Were these already developed? Are you working remotely primarily? Are you still going on site? I'm kind of a mixture right now, so just looking to get everyone's perspective. So again, very happy to be in this class, be working with everyone, and we'll see more of you in the future. Thanks.